What is up, everybody? You're checking out the Uncensored Wrestling Podcast, what the world is listening to. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity ANC, and you're checking out our WWE NXT recap from October 17th, 2023. A huge night of NXT, and we're kicking it off with the Bada Bing, Bada Boom Battle Royal. The winners will become the number one contenders for the WWE NXT Tag Team Championships at Halloween Havoc. And this was a decent match with a lot of action. And the end comes when Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza are eliminated by Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. And now Chase U has a chance at the NXT Tag Team Champions, Tony D'Angelo and Stacks live at NXT Halloween Havoc. I'm excited for that. We get a Blair Davenport vignette. Davenport has unfinished business with Gigi Dolan and challengers to a match at NXT Halloween Havoc. Those two have been going at it for a while, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen between them because there's a lot of issues.
And Heather says to Sean,
we get a Lexus King promo.
He's like, from my gay boyfriend.
He says, superstars from the past, they would show me clips they had of my father, tell me how much they loved him. And you know what I do? I look them right in the eye and like straight through my teeth and say, yeah, I loved him too. The reality is when you're just 4 years old, you don't know what love is. I never knew with that man. I spent more time in a hotel room than he did in my own home. You expect me to love him? I'm no one's shadow. Halloween Havoc is the start of my career, not the continuation of someone else's. I'm going to take that first step in forging my own path. I'm going to make my name bigger than his ever was. And that name is Alexis King. Strong words there from Alexis King. We get a segment between Carmelo Hayes, Baron Corbin, Dijak and Baron Corbin. Carmelo says, hey, it's good to be Melo, am I right? Last week I spent this very ring with the greatest of all time, John Cena. Let's talk about it. Not to mention, I stood right there on that aisleway, shoulder to shoulder with the Phenom, the Dead Man, a Hall of Famer, the Undertaker. Man, this life is crazy. I feel like I'm living in a video game on universe mode. Let's talk about it for real. Baron Corbin comes down and says, Mellow, listen. I'm standing back there and I'm listening to you being a little fanboy. And I'm not going to do that for the next 10 minutes. I thought you were different than all these people here, but I was wrong. Do you know where fans should be? In the stands, not in this room. I mean, I walked by Shawn Michaels' office and I saw you sitting with John Cena for over an hour. Didn't you ask for a picture and an autograph? You did the same thing with Cody Rhodes. We saw the pose with the Undertaker. It's been all over your Instagram. You probably got it framed on your wall. Listen, I'm going to give you some advice. Maybe you should concentrate more on being a superstar than a fan. Then Dijak comes and says, you two want to talk about what you can do, what you ought to do, but you should be focusing on what I'm going to do to you. And that's beat the both of you and take the NXT Championship from Ilya Dragunov after I beat him. You see, Mel, believe it or not, Corbin is right. All the showboating that you do, all that pandering you do, that's not going to make a difference when you stand there with me. And then Corbin and Dijak go at it. They brawl at each other, comments. Ilya Dragunov comes out and says, gentlemen, listen, maybe I wouldn't use that word for you. Dijak, after what you did to me last week, instead of talking to the three, we should be concentrating on the fierce battle that awaits you. I'll be watching who emerges as the next challenger to my NXT title on night 2 of Halloween Havoc. I'll leave you with this. Last week historical, but before Cody Rhodes left his duties as general manager, he made one last decision. So tonight's main event will not be a triple threat. Tonight's main event will be a fatal 4-way match. And the last competitor is this man. It's Trick Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
Such a silly argument.
No, Trick Williams is now added to that match. And brawl ends up happening. We see Fallon Henley talking with Tiffany Stratton. And Tiffany basically trashes her and says that Henley is giving off poor vibes. We see the first round match in the 2023 NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. And we see the end come when Petrovic defeats Jada Parker after the Code of Silence. We then see Lyra Valkyria defeat Tegan Nox and Natalia. And after the match, Lyra now advances to Halloween Havoc. And Becky Lynch, the NXT Women's Champion, gets on the Titantron and congratulates her. Becky respects her journey. She acknowledges that Valkyria is very good, but she's just better. The NXT Women's title is my purpose. This could be a dream match for Valkyria, but when the bell rings, she needs to despise Becky because that's the only shot she got at beating her. And then she welcomes Valkyria to the big time. Carmelo is upset that Trick Williams blindsided him, but basically they understand that the Mellow Gang is going to be fine tonight. Gigi Dolan spins the wheel, and then the match with Blair Davenport next week will be a lights out match. We then see Shotzi Blackheart taking on Kiana James, and Blackheart gets the win after a diving senton bomb. And Roxanne Perez comes out and steals the brick from Kiana James' purse. Kiana was about to hit Shotzi with it, but Shotzi gets the win. We then see Trick Williams get jumped backstage in the arena, so somebody is behind this attack on Trick Williams here. We see Dominic and Nathan Fraser getting into a brawl. They fight. Fraser goes for his Phoenix Splash, but Ripley pulls Mysterio out of the ring. And then Perez and James will now be having a Devil's Playground match at Halloween Havoc. We see Ariana Grace defeat Brinley Grace. Ariana Grace defeating Brinley Reese after a judo hip throw. And then Mr. Stone challenges Braun Breaker to a match at Halloween Havoc. Then we have our main event, and we're seeing Carmelo Hayes defeating Baron Corbin, Dijak, and number one contenders match. Trick Williams got taken out earlier. The end comes after Hayes hits a nothing but net to Dijak and gets the win. So now Carmelo Hayes will take on Braun Breaker at Halloween Havoc. We see Lyra Valkyria in the locker room ripping up a picture of her and Becky. Jade Cargo shows up and points to her watch, and it looks like Jade might be showing up at Halloween Havoc. A lot of action on this week's episode of NXT.